Welcome back to Overexerted, a Disney Lorcana podcast. With me, as always, is our other host, and I'm also here, Overexerted Benny, myself, and with me, as always, wow,
It's been a while, I think.
yeah, shaking
You know,
off
I I
that rust.
I think maybe we should just forego ever having the same opening ever, with the
Yeah, I think
exception of like the first 5 words.
I think that helps. Yeah, welcome back to the podcast, and then just whatever.
Whatever. I'm James. We are Heathless tonight, uh,
Hmm.
because Heath is heading for Richmond to play in the challenge. So good luck to Heath. We'll talk about that a little bit later, I assume.
Hmm.
But I want to know, how did your holidays and New Year go? Did you have a good time? Did you just sit around? Did you do nothing? Did you do a lot? What's up?
I had a good time. I accomplished some of the stuff that I said I wanted to accomplish. So, let's see if I can pull it up here quick. I built it's going to be hard to see. It's like a shelf in my garage that
Nice.
holds all these little totes.
Very cool.
So, that helped organize a lot of my garage and free up some space, but the garage is still in organization phase cuz I have like You, you know when you finish one project and you got 7 more that you wanna do right after? So, yeah, kinda working on that. I tidied up this space a little bit, which most of you probably won't notice because all the messy stuff was off camera anyways. Um, I guess also tidying up was organizing all my cards into binders, finally. I have organized it. I am almost done all the play sets, and then everything that is, extra I've put into a separate box to go to the local card shop. So
Nice.
I'm happy about that. And then other than that, I've been trying to you can kind of see it in the background here. There's the PlayStation 1, Super Nintendo, and 64. Just trying to get all that set up pretty soon here. So
Nice. Man, you
it's
got all the classics.
oh, I got tons and tons of consoles and games, and every time my parents told me I had to get rid of one when I got the newest one, I kind of waited until I moved out and then bought it again.
Yeah,
There's no point
before
in getting rid of it.
yeah, there really isn't. I mean, you want to go back and play it someday. I think I have
Yeah.
a Game Boy somewhere in storage, like an original Game Boy, but I don't remember if I kept it or not, or if it just broke.
How were your holidays? What'd you get up
Uh,
to?
Nothing. It was quiet. I watched Stranger Things. I finished that,
Mm,
so
yes.
that was good. I enjoyed
When
that.
when's episode 9 coming?
Yeah, there is no episode 9. I think it's hilarious that people had like this actual big conspiracy came out that there was going to be another episode.
I saw one that was really good that said anytime something's not right in the upside down when it's a recreation, it's gray in color. And so it was showing all the stuff on the end of episode 8 that was gray in color, and one of them was like Dustin's shirt. And so it's like it's not right. That's not the right Hellfire Club. And I'm like, "Oh my." I'm like,
Unbelievable.
okay, fair enough. I guess I'll listen to this." And then it's like everybody in the background around all the kids as they're graduating all had the same glasses as Vecna.
Oh, that's funny.
As soon as it
And
got to
then
that one, I was like, okay, maybe that was just the style of glasses. But then I was like, no, he's from
he's from the
earlier. So,
he's from the 50s. So,
so he
no,
should
I
have
mean,
different glasses.
the Duffer Brothers actually had to come out and say, "No, this is it. Their story's
Mhm.
done. There's no more. You guys are weird."
I love it. I love it when it was like, what was it? People had a theory about something else before, and the Duffer Brothers were like, no. And then everyone's like, they're lying. And then it's like, episode comes out and it's not a lie. And then it's like this one at the end of episode 8. It's like, oh, is there an episode 9? Is there a secret episode? And they're like, no. And everyone's like, they're
They're
lying.
lying. There has to be. And they're like, there's that animated show we already announced that's coming out. There's that, but no,
Yeah,
there's nothing. No, we
I think
watched that.
everybody.
We rewatched, Lord of the Rings. We do
Nice.
that every few years around New Year's, so,
Mhm.
that was cool. Um, and I managed to clean off the table we have in the living room where my cards usually live, so that we could, play some games and, do some puzzles. And we did a
Oh,
yeah, we played, the storybook games that Robert Ravensburger does?
feel like I should.
The first one they did was for The Princess Bride.
Oh, okay, no, I do not.
Okay,
I was gonna say I'm
so it was actually The Princess Bride is basically where the game board is a big book, and you play, like, a portion of the game, and then you turn the page after you complete it, and you play the next portion of the game, designed by none other than Ryan Miller.
Oh.
It was the first thing he did for Ravensburger. But they've since done multiple versions, and the one we played over Christmas was for Wizard of Oz.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, and they have a Lord of the Rings one too. But anyway, played that. We did a Beauty and the Beast puzzle,
Mhm.
and then I did a couple of Haunted Mansion puzzles that I got like years ago of um, the paintings that stretch. So the puzzles are actually like 2 feet high, but only like 10 inches wide.
Just
And
just a really skinny puzzle.
all the puzzle pieces are the same. They're all really tall and skinny. It's
Hmm.
hilarious. So yeah, I did a couple of those while we were watching other things on TV, and so basically just enjoyed the quiet of the holidays and had a lot of days off. I mean, I still had to go to work for, 3 days out of each week, but
Oh,
no big deal.
I'm sorry to hear that. I made sure I booked them off. I was like, "I'm never going back."
I
And
can't.
then
I have to be there for end of year for inventory and billing
mm,
stuff. I have to be there to help, like close down the books for the year kind of thing.
yeah.
And so I can't. So like on New Year's Eve, if it falls on a weekday, we're working until like 6 or 7 o'clock at night sometimes on New Year's Eve. And it's like a bummer. But we got out pretty early this year. I think it was only worked till 5:30, which was good.
Okay.
But then, enjoyed the rest of the weekend, 4 days in a row. It was always nice.
Wait,
Um,
what time did you say you usually get out at?
like 6 or 7, maybe.
I could not help it. As soon as I heard it, I was like, "Wait a second, did he just say?"
Did he just
And
say that?
that has been nonstop in my house over the holidays. I was
Oh, I
actually
bet
almost
with
excited to
kids.
go to work. Yeah.
And they probably just laugh maniacally when they do it, don't they?
My oldest, I told him I was like, "Dude, it's dumb. It's so dumb." And so now he does like whenever he hears it, he's like, "It's so dumb, isn't it, Dad?" And I'm like, "Perfect. Perfect. Thank you." But then now my youngest will just be walking around and he'll be like, he's 4. He's like, "Yeah, those guys are pretty 6'7", huh?" And I'm like, "That doesn't mean anything. What you just said makes no sense."
No sense. It doesn't mean a thing. And that's apparently the joke that it doesn't mean
Mhm.
anything. So like whatever.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
you hear it so much, like, people like, "Oh, yeah, well, if milk gets any higher in price, it's gonna be like 6, $7." And then all of a sudden
And
you
then
hear it it's like,
I
"Oh."
have not seen much of anything of it at all, but I did randomly run across a video of people waiting
Mhm.
inside an In-N-Out burger for them to call number 67.
I saw that one.
And there was like so many people, and they're just like all standing around, there's like just staring, waiting. And when they read it off, the whole crowd is like, woo! And I'm like, why? What's going on?
At least get, like, 67 people to go and order that many burgers.
Yeah, something to make it like more interesting than just people waiting around for someone to say a number.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, though, when you're talking about Ravensburger games, one of my friends growing up, actually one of my best friends, his mom used to work at I think it was a puzzle and board game store. And so she used to always bring home these board games. And they had like a massive closet, top to bottom, full of board games. And so um, I grew up on an island just off of like the coast of Vancouver there. And I used to come and visit him because he lives in Richmond. And so when his parents would get sick and tired of us sitting in their basement playing video games, they would say, "Hey guys, we're gonna have a board games night," and it would be like me, my buddy, and his dad, and we'd all go pick up board games. Sometimes his mom would join. We'd like order pizza and stuff like that. And I remember some of my absolute favorite games to play. One was called Derby Days, and it's this ridiculous like you're a horse jumping over the little like steeples
Right.
or what do they call them? Yeah. And like as you jump over them, I think they get bigger so that the person behind you has to roll a higher number in order to get over them. And it's basically a race around the track. Super simple game, but it's made by Ravensburger. Cannot find it anywhere. It's just out of existence. And I was like, these are the games I want my kids to play. And the other one, I think it was simply just called the Squirrel Game. Let's see.
Squirrel game.
And it was awesome because it was all about like I think you were collecting, yeah, the Squirrel Game is what it was called. And it was like you roll a die, you land on a random, it has like pine cones, I believe it was, or seeds on the ground. And basically you'd go around this board, and if you landed on it, you'd get that many seeds, and it had little plastic seeds, and your squirrel was a cardboard cutout with a plastic wheelbarrow in front of him. And so you're moving that around the board, but as you land on the thing, you throw like three little plastic seeds into your wheelbarrow, and then there's like ways to, I think, steal people's seeds or something. It was top tier games, but come on, Ravensburger. Hit a guy up. Let me know where to find the Squirrel Game, and let me know where to find Derby Days and anything else that was like prime time 90s, 2000s Ravensburger board games, because that's what
Probably
I'm looking
in
for.
their warehouse in Ravensburg, Germany. Like
Yeah.
they've got like one copy left stashed in their
Yeah.
vault somewhere.
Rochelle, if you're listening, ask somebody where I can get Derby Days and the Squirrel Game. I don't care how much it costs. We need those.
They're like, oh yeah, they're just sitting right back there in the office. We got all the games.
Oh, I wish. I would be like, I'm quitting my job. I will be a janitor there. I don't care what the pay is. I'm coming to play Derby Days. uh
Oh man. Uh let's see. Oh, this is a Lorcana podcast.
yes, yeah, we do that sometimes.
Um and there's Lorcana stuff happening this weekend. As we mentioned, Heath is participating in the Disney Lorcana Challenge in Richmond.
Hmm.
Uh we don't know what deck he's taking.
No, I don't think. I
I
think
don't
he
think
said
he
he's speculating on three different decks.
Yeah.
Similar
Because you
to
gotta
a couple of my teammates, they all said, "I'm bringing 3 decks, and I'm gonna decide when I get there," and I'm like,
But okay, so that's exactly what this meta is.
"Mhm,
It's like a bunch of decks. There's like 8 decks, right? That you can take any one of them and have a chance of doing well. But also you have a chance of bombing miserably.
yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like before, it was like, "Oh, yeah, I remember when I went to the one in Seattle, it was like, "Oh, yeah, you're either playing Emerald Steel, you're playing Amber Steel, or you're playing, like" I think it was what, Ruby Sapphire were, like, the 3 biggest
I
ones
think so,
there.
yeah.
And then now it's like, oh, you could play dogs, you could play amethyst steel, you could play
Amethyst anything.
amber. Yeah. I'm like, you can play blurple, you could play amber amethyst, you can play, and I'm like, it'd be nice to play emerald steel again. I mean,
It's one
yeah,
of the only
maybe
decks
if,
you can't play
yeah,
and do well. And almost any Ruby deck except maybe Ruby Amethyst.
yeah. I'm just saying, all we need is bring back original Bucky, bring back the Diablos, bring back my Prince John and my Muses and my Ursula, and everybody's happy then. Nobody's upset anymore.
You need to get a ticket to Indianapolis in whenever that is, June or July, so that you can play Infinity and play all your cards again.
Yeah, but then those aren't good against all the other decks. If they had left Bucky alone, Emerald Steel might actually have a chance of being a decent deck in Infinity.
If they had left Bucky alone, they would have to ban all the other cards.
But it would be fair in Infinity.
I don't know about that.
You've got Popsicle, Fortisphere, and Hiram allowed in Infinity, but I
Currently,
can't make you get rid of
currently,
cards.
I have a feeling we're going to see some bans by the time we roll around to June.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet.
From what I heard from people, all Infinity was Amber Steel and Sapphire Steel. But
I took Emerald Amethyst and lost both both rounds I stayed for. I lost them both horribly. So I'm like, you
oh,
know what? I'm gonna go home. I got my 2 promos. I gotta go home.
that was me on Tuesday. I finally went back and played locally. I took a full break from Lorcana, so it's been about a month off Lorcana for me. Not just the podcast, but just playing in general. And I thought, you know what? I have a set championships that I definitely have to go to, at least one. Our local support store here that's also part of the team. And I said, I at least have to go to one. And I said, what decks do you have? And he goes, I got aggro. I think he said blue steel.
Hmm.
I don't remember. And then I got dogs. And I was like, you know what? Everyone's been hyping up dogs. Let me try dogs. And I start playing it and I go, I don't like this. I don't like this. And I just got smoked. And I didn't like it because I didn't like playing aggro.
Mm.
And I was done with aggro. And this is like aggro with a thought process, I guess is what I'd
Yeah,
say.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
And so I'm
can't
like,
just play things and turn them sideways. You have to think about like
yeah.
2, 3 turns ahead.
And so I just jumped into it and I was like, quest. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't research this deck ahead of time. I just said, yeah, give me that one and I'll figure it out as I go. I didn't figure
Yeah,
I'd win any games. It came close on a couple games, so I guess I'm not terrible, but I don't think it's what I want to play. I
we
miss
can't all be Heath, right?
Yeah, I mean, gee. Oh.
Did you see now? I don't know if he I think he posted about it on Twitter. Heath played in a set champ last week. We'll brag for him. He won first place. He was planning on. He's like, I haven't played all format because he's limited king, right?
Mhm.
He doesn't play constructed too often. So he's like, I got to build a deck. What am I going to build? And he's like hemming and hawing all week, and finally on like Wednesday, he's like, okay, I think I'm playing Emerald Amethyst aggro, the burn deck. And then Thursday, he's like, no, I'm going to play dogs. Builds the deck, doesn't read much of anything on the deck, takes it to on Saturday and gets first place.
Mhm.
So well done. And he went through, I saw the list. He went through like almost every other deck. He went through purple steel, he went through blue green. I mean, he went through everything.
Yeah.
So good job. So obviously that deck can win. We saw it at Milwaukee show up in, I think it was in the top 4, right? I think Dan played it in the top 4. Um, so we know it can win, but Amethyst is just dominating the meta. I mean, it's like 60, 70, 80% of most events. There's an Amethyst deck showing up. So everyone's
Well,
assuming it's going to happen at Richmond as well.
that's almost what made me laugh when we did like this current set when they were in the last set. They're like revealing cards. And they're like, yeah, it's gonna balance the meta more. It's gonna be great. And then you see all the cards coming out, and they're like, check out this great card in Amethyst, and everyone's already playing Amethyst Steel or Blurple. What are you doing? And then they're like, okay, okay. I think we understand what you're saying. What about this awesome Amethyst card? It's like,
And oh, by the way, here, and in case you didn't want to play Amethyst and Sapphire or Amethyst and Steel, here's some good emerald cards so you can apply them and play them with your amethyst emerald deck. Just in case, just for the
It's like
side. Just, it's not amethyst, right? But it works best in emerald amethyst, of course.
right. I felt like I was that. I felt like I was that Pulp Fiction gift that everyone uses, where he like
Like,
walks
oh
in.
yeah.
What's
Oh,
going on?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we got we can talk about this too. We got some card reveals actually
Mm-hmm.
over
Mm-hmm.
Christmas. We got the Mickey's Christmas Carol cards. We got two
Yeah.
Scrooges and two, what was it? A Pete. I'm trying to remember now what we got, but the
Like
one
Ghost of
that
Christmas Past and Future
yes, yeah, yes.
and
Oh yeah,
Scrooge.
Willie, Big Willie, the giant.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I gotta find them because the one that was like really good was the one they revealed on Christmas Day, the Scrooge. So it's funny because the one they revealed first was Scrooge, the miserly Ebenezer, and he's a villain. So Scrooge McDuck as a villain. This is the only way they're getting away with having heroes be villains, and that's the Scrooge from
Mhm.
Christmas Carol. They also revealed a Jiminy Cricket and Willie the Giant and Pete and the Graveyard of Christmas Future location. And then, of course, finally, the Scrooge McDuck reformed Ebenezer, which let me see if I can get this showing on the screen here. Dun, dun, dun. Share the screen. Let's see, which tab? This one? Yeah, let's show that one. All right. Are we sharing it? There. Okay. So this thing is a really good card. It's a legendary. First of all, I think it was one of our first legendaries we've seen from this set. It's hard to remember because there were someone was having issues with a faucet, and that happened over the last week or so as well, which we are not going to talk about, but that happened. So it's hard to remember which ones were official. But
I was like,
anyway,
who was having a problem? And then it clicked.
they fixed the faucet though. Don't worry,
Mhm,
they
mhm.
fixed it. At least one of them. All right, so it's Sapphire. It's a 6 cost. It's Floodborn, Shift 4, 4/6 with 2 lore, and the ability Spreading Joy. When you play this character, you may put a card from the top of your deck face down under each of your other characters. If you do, those characters gain ward until the start of your next turn. This card is like a complete enabler of boost, as
Mhm,
well as being an aggro deck protection deck card.
mhm, mhm.
It is immediate ward for all other characters, which is great. You can shift it on turn 4, or in Sapphire, which of course is what it's in. You could probably get it out on turn 3 if you really need to, but I don't think you want to because you want as many characters as possible to be protected with the ward. I don't know. It looks like it's a really good card. It's going to enable a lot of things. A lot of those things that say if you put a card under it this turn, or when this card has a card under it, and you don't have to pay all of those costs. You just have to pay this cost, and you have a body on board as well, an extra body on board. So I think this card is going to be really good.
I will say the one thing I'm happy about is that he's not an ally. So good luck searching for him. Thanks.
Oh yeah, the blue steel decks, allied. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. No, this is a good card. I like this card.
Mhm.
So we had fun with those reveals. Um, at least it's not amethyst, right?
That's true. It definitely won't fit into Blurple or Blue Steel.
So maybe Emerald Sapphire will be a meta deck beyond the current control version that we have. Maybe an aggro version, maybe an Inkwell version, or an Ink Geyser version, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what other cards we're gonna get too?
Yeah.
Um, anyway, Richmond. Who do you think's gonna? What do you think? What deck do you think's gonna pull it out? What do you think's gonna win?
Mm,
Now, the safe bet is purple steel because it's probably gonna be like 30% of the meta.
yeah. I'm gonna say dogs. I'm just gonna go with
Dogs?
dogs.
Ah, that is a pretty good choice,
Now watch Heath not play dogs.
right? um, this is a tough one. I think that we're gonna see. Uh, I don't really want it to win, but I think we're gonna see a Blurple win.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna sneak through.
That's a good possibility, actually.
We'll
Because
see.
if everybody's focusing on the other couple main decks there, usually that's when the one deck sneaks on through.
Right. Is are we gonna see an or an amber amethyst sneak through of some even if it's not the OTK deck, are we gonna see like a version of that sneak through? Who knows?
Oh,
I think that the it's really weird because the meta is both really good but also really boring.
yeah.
It's
I was
very
gonna say like
frustrating.
I think I think I'm having a tough time with it because I'm like I don't know what I want to play, and I also don't want to play the same thing as other people. Like
Right.
if that makes sense. Like we have somebody in our group that already plays blue steel. I don't want to touch blue steel. We have somebody who plays amethyst emerald. I don't want to play that. I think we have two of them actually. And then it's like we got a guy playing. I will say we have one guy who's built his own deck of ruby steel that I'm like, good on you, man. And he actually usually does pretty decent. So I guess that's working out for him. But I'm like, I don't know what to play because everybody else is playing. Like we got a blurple guy. I'm like, I don't want to go back to Amber Steel. I don't like it. I don't want it anymore.
Play Emerald Steel. Build your own Emerald Steel.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, come on. I mean, if part of it is having fun, if you're gonna play the deck enough, just build it and make it good.
Yeah, stick with Emerald Steel until it gets good again.
Then you'd be like, I've been on it the whole time. Then you could be like the Blue Steel cult who never goes away from Blue Steel until they have to play in a big tournament. And when Blue Steel's not good, then they'll play something else. But
Yeah,
otherwise, it's Blue Steel all the time.
actually, that's our Blue Steel player, Kalen. I guess yeah, everybody would have seen him on the stream that JDZ was doing there in Tacoma because he had two interviews on that. But he has been playing Blue Steel since the first day he started playing.
Nice.
Like he's just stuck with Blue Steel the whole time. So
And it's actually
yeah,
been good a few times.
yeah. So I guess
It's
that's
actually
why
okay now. Actually, the guy who won at one of our Kingslayer stores that I play at, I didn't play at it, but the guy who won played Blue Steel, and out of like 20-ish players. So,
hmm,
it is a good deck. You just got to find someone who plays it well, which
yeah.
most people that play it have been playing it for a long time, and so they play it well.
And they're constant. I find like a blue steel player constantly changes their deck, never
Yeah.
just sits on the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, allies worked last week, but allies isn't going to work this week, so I completely changed it. Oh no, I shouldn't have changed it. I'm going to go back to allies, but maybe I'll make one or two. It's like, holy moly, man! I'm like, man, my deck stays the same from like day one to day 15 to day 90.
Yeah. I tried Emerald Steel at the beginning of the set to see if I could make it work because I really wanted to play the Goofy champion,
Yep.
and it didn't work. Even when I finally called it a day on the Goofy champion and tried it with just some other stuff, and it just didn't seem to work. Even with the Prince Philip combo, it just wasn't fast enough. But I went to Amethyst Steel. I've been playing that pretty much since, so that's
Mhm.
what I'm going to take to set champs this weekend. Um, and just like try and basically I'm just trying to get into top 8. If I get into top 8, I'll try and get it into the top 2 and I'll try and win, but top 8's really just the goal, just to get the promo.
Yeah.
um, but speaking of set champs, there was a lorecast today, the first of the new year, and they did not reveal anything new, but they did have an extended discussion actually when JDZ was on there again, and he kind of just slid in a reference to the second place playmat.
Mhm.
And then Greg asked, "Hey, so you made a comment earlier about the second place playmat?" And he's like, "So what?" They started a discussion about, why people want it back so much. Why is it such a hot topic? What's going on? And um, if the second place playmat never comes back, why do you want it? And so they had a nice discussion about that. Um, the It boils down to people want something uh, to show that they were there and that the
Mhm.
effort they put forth earned them something.
Mhm.
Because currently, if you place second in most places, you're going to get the same exact thing as the person who placed eighth.
Yeah. Which at that point
And
it's like, well, why wouldn't I have just gone out for dinner early?
right, exactly. I'll just call it a day and go if I'm
Yeah.
gonna, and I won't waste 2 hours playing a game that earns me nothing except for having played the game.
Mhm.
Which, fine, playing the game is fun,
Yeah.
but so is getting dinner.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So is
because sometimes I'm stuck there playing. I know I've had a couple times where I've been top 8 and my buddies have gotten knocked out and they're like, "All right, we'll see you. We're going for dinner." And I'm like, "Okay,
do I want to
bye."
go?
And then it's like first, second round of top 8 get knocked out and I'm like, "Where are you guys?" "Oh, we just finished up. We're heading back." I'm like, "Don't bother."
Yeah, so that's what JDZ was pointing out, and he was like, "Look, people just want something to show that they
Mhm.
expended that effort.
Mhm.
Give us something. If it's not a second place playmat." And Greg's like, "Well, yeah, what if it's not a second place playmat? What kind of thing?" It's like, and he asked for people in the comments and for JDZ to like go over what do you want. And it's like something that you can have that you can take home that proves you were there and won the thing. Some of the ideas were stamped cards
Mhm.
that
I like
were
that.
like for you know for second place or for first two or whatever that make them different than what the top eight gets,
Yeah.
or a different art, or a gold stamp that just says finalist or something. Who knows? Whatever it
Yeah.
may be, that or even a pin, a pin that the second place gets and the first place gets a mat,
Yeah.
or something, just something that you can give. Ravensburger can give because not every store is going to give extra pricing. Not
Yeah.
every store is going to provide something for second place better than eighth place. So Ravensburger, it's on them to make it worthwhile for people to come and play and get those, you know, come in and actually spend time playing the game at the store, which is the whole point.
Yeah. Exactly. Hmm.
What ideas, what things would you be happy with if you finished second and had to go home without the playmat and spent all that time playing?
I think a finalist stamped card is fine. Um, I don't I don't know because it's like I don't know if we need top 4 stamped cards or if we should have top 4 stamped cards or if it should just be the second place because it's like we only had the second place playmat and for the longest time, but it was also for the longest time it was only the top 4 people were getting cards.
Right,
And then the top 8 started getting them and then now it's like top 8 and everybody gets a card that's not as fancy but still gets a card.
right.
Um so yeah, I don't know, it's tough cuz it's like they do send out a ton of those cards too, I find. Like I've gone to some tournaments and they've just handed me this isn't what it actually is in this one, but like, they'll hand you like a pack and you're like, "Oh, cool, what's in there?" And they're like, "Oh, it's like 4 of the Maleficent card and then the first like the top 8 that you won." It's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, okay, cool. Um, thanks." And it's
yeah.
like, "Man, you guys could probably cut that down to like, I don't know, 40-ish cards, 32-ish."
Well, it is 40. It is 40. It's just some places you
Okay.
play, if you only have like 12 people show up, then
Yeah.
pretty much everyone's going to get a four of.
Yeah. And say I've definitely been to a place that was like 8 people showed up, and I'm like,
Everybody's getting a
okay,
play set.
everybody's getting a play set and everybody's getting a card. Here we
Yep.
go.
Yep.
So, but yeah, hmm.
I
I
think the
do like,
participation card needs to stay. I think that should
yeah,
stay because
yeah,
it's a non-foil. It gives everyone, because we do have a ton of casual players who want to start progressing, and so having that thing that's an incentive for everyone to show up to get that card, even if
yeah,
they can't get the foil version, I think is a good thing.
yeah. Because I've definitely gone to a set champs early days, and I think I got knocked out in like 10th place or something like that. And it's like you just kind of walk away with nothing, and it's like
Yeah,
awesome. I'm glad that I spent like 30, 40 bucks to be here today.
right. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Definitely the stamp card's a good idea. I do like a because they've said that they're not going to be bringing back the pins anymore. I believe.
They didn't say they weren't. They just said that right now at this time, it just doesn't seem to be feasible both
Yeah.
logistically and financially.
So character pins, I could see that'd be great. Um, yeah. Other than that, I'm like, just kind of stick with the stuff that people actually want that we're maybe not getting anymore.
Right.
And I mean, printing a card and stamping it costs them probably next to nothing. So,
A lot less than a mat, I would assume.
yeah. So, that's good. I'd say that's probably like your best and cheapest option. And then the
Yeah.
pin's probably like the next cheapest option, and then probably a whole playmat.
So
So,
one of the other suggestions was if you have ever played Pokemon, or if you're playing currently, if you switched over or have started playing Riftbound, they are being given packs of cards but with only like two or three cards in them.
yeah.
So maybe something where they print a a pack, or Star Wars does it too, right?
Yeah. They get 3 card booster pack, and they call them weekly play packs.
Right. So those are the weekly ones where you get they put in like 20 different random promos, and some are rarer than others.
Yeah.
But I was thinking maybe they do a prize pack for the top 8, and they do a separate pack for the top 2.
Yeah.
And like the top 8 would get the prize, and the pack includes the card, the enchanted promo.
Mhm.
Um, but then the top 2 would be the one that has the special card for finalist or whatever. Um,
Mhm.
and then it would also have maybe an alternate art of some other card from that set,
Mhm.
uh, where the top 8 would get like a regular card that's like a borderless regular card, like an epic, let's say, similar to that. But then the top 2 gets an alternate art of that same card. So it gets
Okay.
something even more special. Again, it's
Yeah.
just printing cards, which is what they're doing, and those are hopefully the most cost efficient way to do things.
Mhm.
But it also provides something that is very exclusive and very cool
Mhm.
to the winners or to the
Yeah.
finalists, because again, don't take away that champion playmat.
Yeah.
We've already
Which
lost the second place. Do not get rid of the champion playmat. We should always have a champion playmat.
Yeah. Which I'm also grateful that they even do that, because you look at other card games and that this like for some of these other card games, it's up to the store to just put on a tournament and they don't get anything from anybody.
Yeah,
And
that's
then you got other games though where like what is it, Union Arena? I know top four they give out the card,
yeah,
which
they give
like
out a special
it's
card.
yeah, it's like an alternate art, alternate color card. And then there's the first place one, because they only do top four. First place just gets a card that says winner in the bottom corner.
Right.
And that's it.
Which is nice. I mean, something like that. Just
Yeah.
give the finalists, because again, as you said, second place for the first however many sets they had them, first 5 sets or whatever it was, had a second place prize.
Yeah.
And then everyone else below that, everyone got the same thing, but first and second got something special.
Yeah.
First and second should always get something special, in my opinion, because they're the ones who proved that they were good enough to get to the final game.
Yeah.
I mean, when we look at what they give for prizing at DLCs and at the World Championship and all that, the top 2 always get better prizing than everybody else. So
Yeah.
they should continue for consistency. Second place should be getting something.
Yeah. I can see that. Whew. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes from here, I guess.
And you can see I think you can see that it's something that if they're allowed, I mean, they've never really talked about it, and today, they, talked about it for, half an hour.
Hmm.
If they're talking about it, that means it's something that they've already gone through the process of having all the internal discussions.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how constructive this was, but I think it's nice that they're putting it out publicly so that they can hopefully show the their consumers that they're actually listening. I think they've already made some decisions on what they're changing. We've already seen that we're getting the pre-release
Yeah.
packs with Wilds Unknown. That's something that we've been wanting and people have been asking for since the beginning of the game. So I think that we're just again stuck in that time sink of idea to implementation to actual production that is anywhere from 6 months to over a year before we can see things that they're making changes. Like
Yeah.
the Daisy card we're getting this set. They wanted to make, um, the, non-foil, full art,
Mhm.
but they the process of getting the whatever the process is, they couldn't make it for the first 2 sets, which is why we
Yeah.
didn't get full arts for the Jafar and the Maleficent, but
Yeah.
now we are for the Daisy. It's what they wanted from the beginning, but whatever their approval process is or whatever the production process is, it just couldn't get done, but slowly and surely things are making changes. Now we've had some setbacks again, what we just talked about, the second place playmat, the pins.
Mhm.
We've had setbacks where things are being taken away from us, but I think that they're also making steps forward to improve things overall for the health of the game, and I hope we continue to see that.
Yeah. I think, like you said, them just even having a discussion about it, it's like it's almost I'm not saying that it is, but it's almost like a little hint at like, "Hey, we've been doing some research, but we wanna see what you guys also want."
To make sure that we're on the right track.
Yeah. Make sure we're actually gonna do something you guys would enjoy, not do something and then catch flack for it and have to try and turn that around in, like, 4 sets from now.
Right. Yes.
So,
Hopefully. Alright.
yeah.
Uh, is that all we have to talk about? Was there anything else?
I think that's pretty much it. I think next week Heath will be back. He said he'll be on for that episode. So we'll
Nice.
get to talk to him all about Richmond and see how he did. Um,
We can
yeah.
ask
And if
him
you
how many on-demand drafts he did in the amount of time, depending on how well he does in the main event.
yeah.
How many did you get in one day? 82? What?
If you see Heath and you recognize him, feel free to come up to him. He probably won't come up to you.
Yeah, he's he's a welcomer, not a go see you er.
yeah. 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 I know him and I kind of got in contact because Jared of Citizens of Lurkana was like, "Hey, you should talk to Heath," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so glad you reached out." I'm like, "Then why didn't you reach out, man? Just feel free to reach out."
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's good if you see him there. Wish him luck, and I know that Mikey from Tombkeeper Cards will be there, and Kale. So both those guys off Team Be Prepared, is I believe what the name we were going with was, and yeah, that's the 3 people I know of for sure that are there. I know there's other people who have told me they were going, and it's completely blanked my mind.
Well, good luck to all of them and nobody else.
I had that the other night where I walked up when I was at or not set champs league. I walked up and I patted one buddy on the back and I went, "Good luck." And then he's like, "Oh, thanks." And the other guy's like, "What the heck?" And I like, "Okay, well, see you guys, see you guys." And then I walk around the table to the other guy and I get real close and I whisper, "Bad luck." And then I leave.
Oh, that's funny.
What
No,
you got to
all
do?
right. That's it. I'm out. Time to I don't know, what am I gonna do?
Thank you again for joining us on this magical journey.
Just start like this.